Welcome to Rebel Watch, an all-Star Wars podcast.
Hey, what are you trying to push on us?
Perhaps you think you're being treated unfairly.
Hey, Star Wars fans, welcome to Rebel Watch. I'm Ez, and this is my co-pilot Mike. How's it going today, buddy?
Super.
But really, after what we
To
just
the
saw?
point. It was. I'm wiping away the tears. Wiping away the tears, man.
Yeah. I actually did kind of call it.
You did. First thing you did.
Just gonna say, well, I mean, okay, so we're talking about Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Season 4, episode 11, Doom. This is how we started the podcast, Mike, and so,
That's right.
you know, it's a great, we need to be here when season 4, this is it.
Yeah.
Rebels will be over.
Whoa. Blowing up already. People are talking about Rebels. People want to know what happened.
I know, that's actually Mark Campbell asking me what I thought.
I think so too.
And I'll tell you what, Mark, I'll tell you.
Please. That episode 10, Jedi Knight, was the one that really blew us away.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
But this just kind of, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, yes. But Kanan dies, guys.
Yeah. I mean, this is a review. So yeah. I mean, of course.
But, you know, the thing is that, like, it's the way in which he was at peace. The reason I was able to call, I mean, look, he's preparing, like ceremonial, right? He says,
right.
"May the Force be with you."
Yeah.
Like to Sabine and Ezra before they leave. It's, I don't know. It was so foreshadowed, and it had to happen. You had to have a couple characters sort of die off. We knew Syndulla is gonna be around, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm still kind of shocked. It was an epic.
Oh, it's so great.
It was epic. I kind of wish maybe it would have been, like, you always hope that it was like, it's, I don't know, it was to save everyone. So I guess it was to save his crew. So, you know, I think that's a good way to do it.
Because you called it in the beginning. You said Kanan's dead.
Yep.
Maybe when the thing started. And then when you see all these moments where he seems at peace and then he's just telling Harry, you know, like,
Clean shaven.
got something to talk to you about. You
Right.
know, it's just, it was building up to it. But then you were like, how's he going to, like, how is he going to die? Who is going to kill him? I mean,
You're right.
it wasn't going to be that little short, gross dude. It wasn't going to be the Emperor. It probably wasn't going to be Thrawn. So it just, I don't know. It felt
being
fitting.
Price, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that being their adversary this whole time, and it being on Lothal.
Yeah.
You know, I was okay with it for sure. The fact that he like, I don't know, for him, and it was at least for Kanan, to pull on the Force like that, the way that he did, and to hold back, like, I mean, those were multiple fuel cells about to explode, right? So at least the one that they're on is exploding, right? And so he's able to force push Hera back, and force push the entire, you know, transport back. That was unreal.
May have saved the entire rebellion. We're not sure yet.
The ripple effect, you know, what else? I mean, you know, I don't know. And also, it was kind of neat to see the like the loth-wolves contacting, you know, Caleb Doom, right? That was kind of cool. I mean, to see that, we thought they're reaching out to Ezra, but not so. You know, through Ezra, they're trying to find, you know, Doom, and they do. And now I'm really confused. I don't know what.
I don't know what it all means.
I don't know what it all means. I think there's something they have to protect information that's in the Lothal Jedi Temple. So, yeah, and by the way, we're talking about both Jedi Knight and Doom now. So I'm just
Absolutely.
we're just all over the place. We're getting right to the to the core of this. So, what do you think, Mike? What are some of your thoughts?
Well, you talk about the references to the Jedi Temple at the end there. It made me think back to the preview we just watched recently with the father, son, and daughter. Are we going to tie into that, or did the Jedi, were they familiar with that story?
Absolutely.
Because those that were there that witnessed what we witnessed in Clone Wars had their minds wiped.
Right. Yep.
So curious.
There's some ancient knowledge. What was the phrase that they said about the past and the future?
Restore the past, redeem the future.
Yeah. So
What does that mean?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I think you're right. I think there must be something inside of the Lothal Temple, Jedi Temple, that they need to protect, that they need to either maybe erase so that way it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, or who knows what. I mean, but I do believe it has to do with the ones. I think it does have to do with them. So that'll be kind of neat to see Ezra, go back into the temple. How does he get back in?
I literally have no idea where this is going.
Yeah, I know. And the part, like, I finally got caught up today on all the episodes, and so the part where, like, the loth-wolves, like, take them from, like, the North Pole to the South Pole, or from one hemisphere to the next hemisphere, was, like, insanely awesome. And they're all kind of in a daze, always drifting off, and they cause them to go to sleep and stuff. It's interesting. It's really interesting, and it's very different from what we are used to, I think.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so...
Yes. That's why it's so confusing.
Right. It's extremely different. David Filoni's doing an awesome job here and showing us different sides and elements of the Force, right? But you don't hear people complaining. Worst series I've ever
Worst
seen.
series ever. Oh my gosh. Dave Filoni needs
ruining
to be
Star Wars.
ruining.
It's Kathleen Kennedy's fault.
This Rebel show has a feminist agenda.
Right. So I don't know. I thought it was. I am shocked.
I don't know. It was a little wolf heavy for me. I'm starting to think that the wolves are taking over.
Yeah.
So those alpha wolves.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, what is Kanan now? Doom or the Great Wolf, or
I thought for a second he was going to show up as a Force ghost, but then I was like, no. How would he have known how to do that?
But that Great Wolf says, like, I am Doom.
He does.
So what does that mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. I think he's going to end up being this wolf thing or whatever, and the other wolves are going to fight with.
Right.
That's another way of just becoming one with the Force. It feels like through a different means.
Yeah.
An actual, like, tangible. I feel like the wolves are there, right? They're bringing this rock to
right. Yeah.
to Ezra. They're interacting with their surroundings,
but they can come and go. They're like spiritual beings.
Yes.
I mean, they're they are a focus. The Force is focused around them, and so they're extremely interesting. And you've got the white loth cat too, like running around, like leading Ezra different places and things. Mark, I'll get to you in a second.
Mark.
Phone is blowing.
We're filming right now.
But
rude.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to do in such a short amount of time, but I thought Hera, when Kanan dies, like really takes it hard, and you saw that. You didn't see it from Ezra at first until I was a little bit kind of disappointed in that, but then you did quickly. I mean, he eventually went and had his moment, but maybe still in shock.
That's right.
So, what
was your favorite moment?
Favorite moment is just him holding back that blast. He's holding it back with the Force, and just the way it was done visually too. It's just he's got this blue sort of shield, Force shield, and you've got the flames just working their way around that, and he's holding it back, and just I don't know, absolutely epic.
We'd never seen him do anything like that, had we? Before?
Not really, not directly. I mean, not to that degree too, where he's holding back this this big blast, you know,
and also simultaneously holding Hera back.
Right. Yes.
And then pushing her, and it felt a little Anakin like, choking out Padme a little bit. Little glimpses of Vader there or something. You think they're related? Could be a Skywalker. But that was so cool. That just shows his strength and his mastery, even though he really wasn't properly trained.
Right. Yeah. Cool. And that's the neat part about Kanan and his journey. Being a Padawan and kind of coming to his own, right, and self-taught. Going through, basically has to rely on the Force a lot. Ezra feels like his training is not yet finished either, and he doesn't really know what to do, but gonna have to grow up quick.
Gonna join a pack of wolves.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he's gonna encounter some pretty dark stuff in the temple. So that's gonna be huge. He's gonna have some major trials, and he's gonna learn about things in the past. And they're kind of using Ezra as like a way to sort of bridge what happened in the Clone Wars with things on Mortis and the Ones and everywhere else, and even Yoda learning how to become one with the Force. I mean, I think all of that's going to be come into play a little bit. So but they're using him to kind of teach us or to give us more. What happens to Ezra, I have no idea, and I'm really excited to see how that goes. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Zeb and Sabine have a nice little moment.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. Yeah.
Am I the only one still hoping that Sabine like loves Ezra and Ezra loves Sabine? I mean,
I don't know.
I just feel like that ship has
Could be a
sailed.
brother sister thing. A ship, a relationship.
A cup.
Because when people say the ship has sailed nowadays, as they mean that the relationship is taken off. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to happen.
My bad.
Yeah, come on, get with the times.
Oh, thanks.
If there's anything I learned from Raylo, the ship has sailed.
The ship has sailed.
Okay.
I get it now. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
You know what my favorite moment was?
Yeah, what was it?
Where Ezra wakes up in that field. And he's just, why is he so shocked? He's always so shocked.
He's shocked.
It makes me feel like this is our hope. This crazy kid. I don't know. He got his butt whooped a couple episodes before by that lizard captain of the mining guild.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I don't know. It cracked me up.
Yeah. He's like, what happened?
What happened? It just made me think of Han Solo coming out of Carbonite or something. He was very surprised.
Yeah. I thought your favorite part was going to be the impersonations.
Bring back the impersonations. Ezra does some really good ones.
Yeah, he does.
A lot.
He does, yeah.
I loved it.
Who's his Taylor Gray is
Gray
his voice
great.
actor. Yeah. Does a lot of stuff for Disney.
I am sad we're not going to hear Freddie Prinze Jr. anymore. I thought he was really great as Kanan.
Absolutely. He's awesome. And I think maybe we might hear Kanan back through the Force, kind of like Obi-Wan wasn't yet manifested.
Yes.
But was speaking to Luke in the TIE Fighter. Wow, the X-Wing.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Twist.
Yeah, that was a parallel dimension we were in there for a second. But anyways, Obi-Wan's calling out to Luke and telling him to lean on the Force, to use the Force. And so I think we might hear Kanan do that one more time, actually, before this series is over, and a final farewell. So, because I do not believe Ezra's going to die. I don't think he's going to die at all. I think Hera makes it. Now Sabine's up in the air as to what happens to her. Zeb is clearly gone.
I think so too.
Zeb's gone.
I think so too.
Chopper makes it. So
that's right,
man.
Well, we now know what we're going to dress up as for a celebration, right? I mean, with Kanan's haircut.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. We want a little in front, a little in back.
Yeah. Scalped on the sides.
Right. Yeah. Right. We'll get clean shaven.
Absolutely. Easy, quick. Quick costume.
Yeah. So, where does this? Where does it go, man? I mean, what happens?
I'm excited to see the Emperor back. The preview showed us him kind of screaming, "Ezra Bridger, you are mine."
Right.
So that was cool.
Right, like he's been laying a trap, waiting for him to come back. Has learned. I'm sure Darth Vader has sort of talked to the Emperor about Kanan and Ezra and Ahsoka and their last meeting. So he's looking for that next, whether it's an apprentice, always just looking for the next powerful thing.
That's right.
So yeah, that'll be interesting. Isn't it interesting how when Thrawn leaves, anytime Thrawn leaves, stuff just goes to crap.
It does.
I hope he kicks Price's when he gets back, because sacrifice the whole TIE Defender factory just so she could kill a Jedi.
One Jedi.
So it just shows how much she was. I mean, they had bested her so many times, and so I think it's personal.
Yeah.
And gosh, I can't stand her though.
She's ruthless.
She's ruthless, Yeah, she is. But there's some really good moments with like Hera and Kanan when he rescues her, and she got to finally say "I love you," which was
nice.
huge.
That was nice.
So I think Hera's going to carry that with her, and that's going to be something. That's going to be something for sure. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see Emperor Palpatine as well, and I'm really just excited to see. I think this is all going to wrap up on Lothal, right? Maybe liberating Lothal.
Something kind of small like that, yeah. You don't think it's? We heard references to Orson Krennic. That was one of the coolest parts.
Cool.
So, all joking aside, that was one of the coolest parts. Talking about Krennic having a competing project, being the Death Star. Tarkin mentioned it.
Stardust,
Stardust and Thrawn's TIE Defenders. Right. That's crazy that these are two competing projects. Who's going to get the funding?
Right.
Tarkin thinks it's not going anywhere for Krennic. It's been stalled and he's just shown no progress or whatever.
Right, but still kind of telling Thrawn, like, are you sure about this? You have to pitch this idea directly to the Emperor.
Yes, that's right.
Which was huge. Thrawn's not afraid of the Emperor.
No.
Thrawn is a boss. And you know what, though? I mean, it brings back an interesting point. You know, when Night Swan and those guys in the novel Thrawn by Timothy Zahn, you know, that's what he said that in the beginning. He wants a fleet. He doesn't want all of their resources poured into one project. So now he is, you know, privy to all of that. He knows what's going on.
Great point.
And he's trying to build up these fighters that basically, you know, I mean, that can't be beat essentially, unless you have someone like Syndulla or Luke Skywalker flying the you know, X-wing. You're not going to be able to beat him. So
he's preparing for the unknown regions.
He's well, and also it's just sort of like, I mean, there's the putting all of your, you know,
eggs in one basket,
right? Well, and that's shown in what happens here with the TIE Defenders. You know, that still doesn't get off the ground.
That's right.
And so I don't know. They're being super top secret about the Death Star, though. They are. Clearly. In an episode that I saw earlier when I was getting caught up, Saul Guerrera, you know, is so disappointed when he follows them to this unknown. You know, they were taking the Kyber crystal, the big piece of Kyber crystal. They were taking it to a Star Destroyer, and on their way, that he's thinking, okay, let's just stay on this freighter, and it'll take us right there. We'll get to see what their secret project is. Well, they get there, and no, it's just a pass off. They're going to pass it off again, pass it off again. They're going to move it around so where you cannot figure out where it is that this thing is at. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So they've got it so masked and hidden well that he can't figure it out, and that's very disappointing to him. But it just shows, I mean, how the lengths to which they went to create this. I mean, they destroyed everyone on Geonosis. Yeah. Destroyed them all. I mean, and wiped them out so that way no one could kind of tell their secrets and things. So, and it sounded like in an episode or two ago, like I said, I just got caught up today that they had done this to another planet, and you know, Saul was kind of remembering back to Geonosis, and it's like, dang,
absolutely,
you know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So, but I honestly think this is just going to end with a Lothal liberation and protecting the temple, and it's like a minor victory, but yet it's big. You know, it starts to kind of validate, you know, the rebels' call to others for aid and things. So,
gotcha.
You know,
I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah, other than that, I have no idea where this is going to go, and I'm really excited to watch next week. And next week, I think, is it another 2 hour or another two
episode night? I think so.
Yeah, so we get back to back. I'm not sure for how long that goes. We're going to look at it. We got an email about it because Mike and I get exclusive emails.
Because
you know,
we're getting paid
by Disney. So thanks, Tracy.
Name drop.
So, you know, we'll take a look and see how long that's going to go. If you guys know, let us know down in the comments, because I'd like to map this out on the calendar and see how long it's going to go. I'm excited. Hope it doesn't end.
Absolutely.
Do we see Ahsoka? Does she come back?
Hope so. I mean, they're pulling out all stops. First episode back, Kanan dies.
I know.
So, I mean,
this has to wrap up. I mean, it has to wrap up. We have to move on, and they're making a lot of connections to Rogue One, as they should, and they're getting us to where we need to be.
I think it also, with his death so early, like when we watched it happen, like it made sense. I feel like a lot of people now everyone could go besides Hera and Chopper. Like, I mean, something's going to happen at the end. It's going to be huge. You're going to lose somebody again, I feel. So getting rid of Kanan here earlier, I mean, makes it a little more believable, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to see they didn't fall apart right away. Like, they're still kind of together and things. So I kind of wonder, not that they will fall apart, but what is it that kind of makes this group kind of break up? You know, and I don't know what that's going to be.
You already saw some of their followers that were fighting with them saying, like, it's over.
Right. Yeah. So Ezra, at the end of this, Ezra has found a new goal and mission. I mean, they now have to move on to something different on Lothal, which is that Jedi Temple piece. And then once that's over, then it's just liberating the people and getting the heck out of there. And I think Ezra will then be set on another quest that will take him away. He'll have to leave the rebellion. That's going to be hard, but that's the disbanding of the Phoenix Squad. So they're going to move on. So
gosh.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's coming to an end, and but it's so good. It was so visually well done, and you know, if you haven't seen all 4 seasons, you should go back and watch from the beginning. I'm glad that I got caught up on season 4 today. I'd watched all through up to season 4, and it does not disappoint.
That's right.
It makes connections to the Force and to the Jedi more than I thought it would, and I think that was kind of cool for me. And it appeases those folks who are Mandalorian fans. You get a lot of Mandalorian stuff.
Oh,
so
thank God that's over.
I think people are gonna be hating
so much of it, though. I mean, you look back at all these episodes.
But
Mandalore.
In fairness, though, all we ever get is Jedi this, Jedi that stuff.
Fair.
So
Yeah.
people wanted that Mandalorian stuff, and it's good. Yeah, like we've been reading Revan, and I just finished it. Mike is almost there.
Almost done.
Oh my gosh, there's some real good connections to the Mandalorian there. Mandalore the Preserver.
Amen.
What a cool name.
Amen.
So, all right. Any final thoughts, Mike?
Now, excited. It's good to be back.
Yeah, good to be back. So, all right, guys. Well, they're going to keep this short. Just a quick little reaction to Rebels Season 4, Episodes 10 and 11. We will be back next Monday, and we will cover the next 2 episodes. So, thanks so much for listening, and may the Force be with you.